All right, so we finally got some exciting sneaker releases to talk about, and these pairs are actually going to be dropping very soon. One of them I am personally interested in myself. Plus, we also got a first look at the next big thing from Adidas. But of course, before we get into that, I did want to talk about these Jordan 4 oxidized greens, which just happened to actually drop over this past weekend. As far as this pair right here, you have a callback to those metallic Jordan 4s that were releasing previously. These do feature that additional leather paneling on the wings as well as the back heel tab, but also have a little flair of their own with the vintage age sole. So with the Jordan 4 being as popular as it is, you would expect this pair to be an instant sellout, but it looks like that's actually not the case, as it looks like we have just about a full size run of these joints still sitting available via the sneakers app. Plus you can go ahead and just walk into your local sneaker shop, as these pairs are sitting nationwide. So why is this the case? I would have to say that maybe it could be the fact that, you know, trends come and go. Could it be that the Jordan 4, arguably one of the most popular Jordan retro models, has shared a similar fate to the Jordan 1? Is it the fact that these joints just ain't it? Or is it the fact that resale value is actually affecting this release pre-launch? See, when it comes to these Jordan 4 oxidized greens, there was a little bit of confusion as far as the release date, as Nike did actually push these back from the original street date. But we did see some boutiques actually release these early, as well as some online retailers overseas. And I think I just want to say that a lot of the retailers that got these early just kind of dumped all of the pairs, because we did actually see these going for under retail pre-launch up before the official street date. So do you guys feel like the resale market is determining the buying factor on this release, or do you just feel like these Jordan 4s are just not it? Let me know what you guys think down below. Now, when it comes to Adidas, it looks like they still have Yeezys available up on the confirmed app. While a majority of the styles have now sold out, you still have some select sizes as well as full runs of select different Yeezys. So it'll be interesting to see how long Adidas continues to have these available for purchase, or if they eventually just pull these pairs. Who knows, maybe send them to the outlet. Of course, we'll most definitely be checking for that. But as far as upcoming Adidas releases, we got some very exciting things to talk about as far as the AE line. So these pairs will actually be coming in July. So first up, we have the MX charcoal pair, which of course borrows that MX pattern, which was made popular by, I want to say, the Yeezy foam runners was probably the last time, or the first time, that we actually saw that MX pattern. And I feel like it works, you know, great here with the AE ones, which already kind of share a similar design language to some past Yeezy releases. A lot of sneaker aficionados have said that they gravitated towards this model, you know, due to its likeness of the Yeezys. And I can't be mad at it, as you have some of the former Adidas basketball members which used to work on Yeezy models in the past, so it makes perfect sense. So this is definitely a great release that we can look forward to coming up here in July. As far as the AE line, I think the AE ones most definitely got to be a candidate for sneaker of the year. When we actually saw them introduced back in December, this was a model I think that people definitely noticed. It made a huge entrance, but I think people actually gravitated a little bit more towards it once we saw more colorways released, as well as what Anthony Edwards, you know, did himself on the court this year. We also did learn previously that Adidas has pushed back the AE2 with plans to release more colorways of the AE1, as well as the AE1 low, which we have here, the MX gray pair. This is very similar to the charcoal pair we just took a look at, but it looks like based off these images does appear to be a more lighter shade. I don't know if that's just the lighting or what, but we'll have to wait and see when these joints actually drop. For me personally, this is a pair that I am looking to get my hands on. I think it's a genius move to take the AE1 and, you know, drop it as a low top form. Why not? I think one of the biggest successes of the AE1 is the fact that it's wearable not only on the court but off the court, and dropping these in low top form, I feel like just makes them even more wearable off the court. So I'm definitely checking for both of these pairs. But as far as these AE1 lows, I think this is one that I may have to actually add to the collection. So be on the lookout for both of these pairs, which according to Soul Retriever will be dropping coming up here July 20th. As far as the AE1, those retail at the standard $120, but these AE lows are gonna actually be dropping for a retail of just $100. $10. And keeping things Adidas basketball, we got a crazy first look at the upcoming Harden Volume 9. This colorway is called Cyber Metallic. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the Harden Volume 9 sample, which had surfaced months ago. Of course, this features that red colorway. These joints were interesting. Kind of reminds me of a callback to some like retro Adidas models. They were cool, but as far as this new Cyber Metallic colorway, the final finishing touches, I feel like Adidas has an interesting one on their hands. So when I first saw these, I was like, interesting, these are cool. I wasn't instantly sold on them, but was optimistic. But now the more that I'm looking at them, I think I'm starting to gravitate towards this model a little bit more. Now, when it comes to the Harden line in general, I would say, as far as my personal experience, the Harden Volume 7 was the first one that really made me take notice to this line. I felt like they executed that model flawlessly, and they dropped a lot of cool colorways. I think a lot of people share the same sentiment as me, where the Harden Volume 7 was probably one of the first models that they definitely took notice to. Now, when it comes to the Harden Volume 8, I feel like they had so much momentum build up from the 7. The 8 was a really great design. I like the way those looked. I probably would even say, actually, most definitely, I actually do like the 8 a lot more than the 7, but I think Adidas kind of fumbled that rollout. I don't know why they didn't drop those till like halfway through the season. At that time, the AE1 had already took a lot of the shine from the Harden line. But of course, they are both Adidas basketball models. I just think that a lot of people really slept on the Harden Volume 8, probably due to the AE1s or whatever. But as far as these Volume 9s right here, I think Adidas may potentially have a big hit on their hands. The more I look at these, the more I'm rocking with them. And I can definitely see the natural progression, from the Harden line. I can see some of the elements from the 7 as well as the 8 in here. These do also feature the extended sock liner. You got the dual pull tabs on there. These feature a minimal, but yet futuristic design, almost giving like a Yeezy type of vibe. And I think maybe that might be the reason that I'm really rocking with these, from the Cyber Metallic colorway. These joints almost are kind of giving the vibes of like a Yeezy 700 V4, but in my opinion, definitely a great model. I think Adidas is most definitely onto one here with this model. And while I'm looking at these, I'm just kind of thinking like fits I could get off with these, and I think they have accomplished the mission of delivering a basketball model once again, similar to the AE1, a model you can rock on and off the court. So definitely optimistic. And since we're talking basketball models, and all of the pairs that I've covered today are sneakers that I'm excited about, we may as well touch on these Kobe 5 Protros, which apparently this colorway is called X-Ray, as you guys can see from the design right here. Apparently this sneaker is set to drop coming up here in October. So these images just happened to pop up today, and I wanted to cover these today just because simply I think this is just a great looking sneaker with this like design right here. I think this is the flair that Nike basketball has been lacking. And while I feel like the Kobe models may not look that great wearing them off the court, I think they are currently the premier basketball sneaker that you see people rocking, especially in the NBA. And as far as this colorway with the whole X-ray design and everything like that, it's kind of taking me back to those glory years of Nike basketball. So not too much to say about these, but just a model that I'm definitely excited to see people rocking coming up here in the near future. So we're gonna wrap things up right here. As far as this week's releases, we're gonna be checking to see how long Adidas has these Yeezys up for sale on the Confirmed app. Will they eventually pull the pairs? Who knows? Maybe we'll see some discounts, maybe some pairs being set to the outlets, or it could just be a slow week and we don't see any updates as far as Yeezy stuff. Now, when it comes to Nike and Jordan Brand, they got a huge release coming up here on Thursday, which is the 20th, in these Nina Chanel Abney Jordan 3s. And apparently we got early word from our guy Dade Ass Kicks that stock numbers are looking low. But what else do you guys expect from a high profile Jordan collaboration looking like this? So apparently stock numbers are looking like less than 15,000 pairs. So of course you guys already know we will continue to monitor this release. A sneaker that everybody seems to be excited about, but do you guys feel like they happen to be just a little bit overrated? I don't know, just my opinion, but let me know what y'all think about those joints. So we'll be checking in with all of the updates. If you guys do so, please let me know what y'all think about today's topics. And if you enjoyed the video, please help support the channel by hitting that thumbs up. So I'm JA, make sure you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Love.